What's up, Melanated family? This is your boy Harrison from MelanatedFathers.com and Melanated Fathers TV, bringing you the latest news as it pertains to our community. A new bill was passed in California State Assembly on Wednesday, family, that'll make it allowable for college athletes to make money off of their names, image, and likeness. However, like most people would expect, the bill is getting pushback from the NCAA. The bill, which is called Senate Bill 206, which some also refer to as the Fair Pay to Play Act, is now on its way to Governor Gavin Newsom's office for approval. Now, just to give everybody some perspective on how the NCAA feels about paying athletes, on their website, they state student athletes may not receive any type of pay or compensation for play, either directly or indirectly, and cannot be involved in any commercial endorsements for a product, service, or establishment. So basically, if they have a jersey in the store, if they have a video, if there's an actual video game or something like that that their image is a part of, if their face appears on a shirt, any of this type of shit, they are to receive no money from it, right? So it's also important to note that Sports Illustrated has reported that the NCAA made $1.1 billion in 2017. So they make that much money off of an athlete that they're paying, or that they're sending to school where they pay, I think it is between like $30,000 and $40,000 a year. And that's on the higher end of things, depending on what school that they go to, right? So also, the NCAA president, Mark Emmert, as well as 21 of the other organization's board of governors, clearly want to keep the rules the way they are because they signed the letter and sent it to Gavin Newsom on Wednesday and said if the bill becomes a law, it will erase the line between pro and college athletes. They sent a letter to him, and I think just reading through this letter, it's important, and I want to go over a little bit of the verbiage that they used in that letter. So the letter says, if the bill becomes law and California's 58 NCAA schools are compelled to allow an unrestricted name, image, and likeness scheme. They called it a scheme for some reason, like what they doing ain't scheming. But anyways, it would erase the critical distinction between college and professional athletes, and because it gives those schools an unfair recruiting advantage, it would also result in them eventually being unable to compete in NCAA competitions. Now, if the bill is signed into effect, if Gavin Newsom signs it into effect, it'll become effective January 1st, 2023. So if you listen to that letter, well, first off, we all know that college players should be getting money. They should be getting compensated. There's fucking no way around that, right? But if you listen to this letter, this letter is almost a threat. This letter is almost condescending. So I can understand that maybe you guys don't want to change the rule, but to be so smug about it, to be assholes about it, you feel me? That kind of shows how a lot of things happen in our society, where the NCAA, and just like a lot of organizations, it's a lot of rich white men, to be completely honest. Let's put the shit on the table and say it how it is. It's a lot of rich white men who run these organizations, and they run the organizations the same way they've been running these organizations, like their goddamn plantations. This is the same type of problems that we face with the NFL, with the treatment of the players and treating black athletes like their goddamn property. And, just to be honest, of course, college players should be paid, but I think when it comes to us in sports, we'll continue to be treated like this until we kind of take the power into our own hands. And that can be either creating our own league, and I know a lot of people are against that, or they think it isn't something that can happen, but that's bullshit. If the top players in the NFL wanted to make their own league, eventually they could. If the top players in the NCAA said, fuck UCLA, fuck Cal, fuck Stanford, I'm going to go to Howard, I'm going to go to an all-black school, even though, when you get into the history of those schools, a lot of white money helped fund those schools too. But just in general, if they went back to black schools or did something to take things into their own hands, they could kind of control the outcome a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So yes, they should get money. Everybody knows that. I think everybody who watches sports and is a fair-minded person thinks that the college athlete should get something. But ultimately, for the black college athlete, or the black athlete in general, one day, who knows when, if we decided to take all this into our own hands, we can change the game on all these motherfuckers instead of just asking for shit. You feel me? So for more stories like this, please go to MelanatedFathers.com. Go to Melanated Fathers TV on YouTube. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when new videos drop. I'm gone.